Hello, everybody. Welcome to Book and Sip. I am Erica,
I am Drea.
and this is going to be kind of rush.
Kind of rush.
We wanted to record early because we're going on a little vacation, little mini vacation to Oklahoma City, and we won't be back until after we normally would post a recording. And we're going to the train station right now.
Right now.
So we're gonna try and do this quick
Quick.
and
The end.
yes,
See
pretty much the end. Luckily, this is just the introduction. This is just the introduction, so it won't be that bad. We don't even have real drinks. I have a Capri Sun. This is what I'm going with.
I got a ginger ale because my little stomach is acting up today. So
Oh no. Oh no.
I
This
was
this
up
is
all night. It was not a good day. But I think it's stress. I think that's what it is. I think it's stress.
the
So
stress of the trip. The stress of the trip. Okay.
yeah.
Here we go. Okay. So first of all, it seems like the story is wrapped around. I put before the meeting, they call it the incident. And to me, the incident is just them meeting finally. So I just called it before the meeting, and it seems that everything is wrapped around this meeting for the first time. So you start off with a prologue 42 hours before these two people actually meet. So the prologue starts off with our main character. I think it's pronounced Deidre or Deirdre.
Deirdre.
Deirdre, recording what she feels will be her final words. She feels like her life's in immediate danger. She's recording her final thoughts before she dies, which what she thinks is going to happen.
Okay, so I would really like to interview Miss Lee, who wrote this book, because this is a very interesting start to a book. Like we walk into the middle of the situation. Our protagonist here is apparently very she thinks someone's after her, so she's, what do you call it? Like, anyway, my brain is gone. Like, I am so stressed out about this trip. So anyway, she thinks she's like going to die soon. She's recording her last words. This is one heck of a start to
Yes.
a book, because you're like, girl, how bad, how down bad do you have to be?
And see, I think the worst part about the recording is that after the recording, she gets a text message from the stalker. It was like, "Aren't you being a bit dramatic?" It's like, "Whoa,
I mean, because she knows he's listening, and she's like, please tell my mom, my parents, this, that. I'm like, okay,
yes."
if I had to give my last words to something, it would just be like, I want to leave all my eyeshadow.
And see, now I need to relook at this because I put 42 hours before the incident. I think this was actually 42 hours after they've met.
Oh, oh, look, go ahead, keep going, and I'll tell you
Okay,
what.
look, because I think this is actually supposed to be 42 hours after when she's recording this thing. I put before. I meant to put after. Yeah, double check that for me. Okay, so chapter one is the meeting. So they call it the incident in the book. Like I said, they call it the incident. It's referred to as, I'm referring to it as the meeting. This is where they initially meet. Deidre wakes up to a loud crash. She's grabbing her gun. She's walked down the stairs. She's firing all over the place. The guy's in her house. She found him. He's there. And then that's just the end of chapter one. She fired all these rounds and that's it. And then we're flashing back to the present the present time, I guess you would say. Or the we're flashing back to the past.
I I think so. I will tell you, my group. I've already expressed this to Erica that I'm having a hard time with this back and forth, and
Yes.
because it's not like I've read books where it was. I think the issue for me that is so close in time. We're talking 2 days, 12 hours,
Yes.
minutes.
Yes.
Like, it's so close in time that it's hard for me to, where I'm used to reading books that is like, you know,
Two
I'm
years
in
ago.
my present day, right? My present day situation, and then maybe 5 years ago, and then
Yes.
present day, or yeah, that kind of thing. And then I'm like, this is too close.
This is by the minute, by the second. Yes, it is. It's a little it's confusing. Okay. So now we're on chapter two. This is 45 days before they actually meet each other. So we meet Caesar. That's who we started off with. We start off meeting Caesar. I love that this is dual POV. Just want to state that. I like that it's going through his point of view and her point of view. So we start off meeting Caesar. We learn he's a PI who takes jobs dealing in blackmail. He's not supposed to, but it pays more. And he's using it to pay for his abuela's medical expenses and his sister's schooling. Caesar is offered $500,000 to find blackmail material on the Clark family to prevent them from buying a distillery in Austin, Texas. Caesar's main target is Deidre Clark, who he becomes smitten with the second he sees those hips. As he says, yes, Shakira, Shakira, them hips don't lie. He takes the job. He says, but I want 1 million. 500 now, 500 when I'm done. And they say yes. So I was like, okay. So that's our meeting of Caesar. We know who Caesar is.
Excuse me, it's Cesar.
Cesar. I will say though, based on the cover, I expected him to be black. It caught me off guard that he's Dominican. He says
He's a
specifically
black Dominican.
black Dominican.
He's a black Dominican. They're known for having it was a lot of slave trading in Dominica. That's why there's so many black Dominicans. But it is 42 hours. It was 42 hours before the incident.
It was 14 hours before. Okay, yeah.
You had it right.
Okay. See, now that's kind of throws me off that she's recording these final words 42 hours before this happens.
Right. Okay, so right. So then so that means she knows something is going on.
Yeah.
So we hopefully we'll find out what it is, but so she's obviously already got some issues going on.
Yes.
And okay, so wait, let's back up then.
Yeah.
Because maybe that's my issue is the incident is not the meeting.
Yes.
Maybe that we're assuming the incident is the meeting, but maybe the incident is not the meeting.
Oh,
Because
interesting.
how would she know? Because as we know, when we keep reading, like they start he starts texting her, they start communicating in some way,
Yeah.
and then she finds out who he is.
Yes. So I figured that was the incident.
I figured it was too, but now that we're talking about it, 42 hours before the incident, she's recording a death message, and he's like,
But
"You're
see,
so
this is why I
dramatic.
put these on
She
here.
already
This is
knew
why
who
I
she
put this on
was
here. Because one of the chapters it says 1 minute after the incident. That's why I assumed the incident was the meeting. So yeah, the timeline's a little confusing.
I'm thoroughly confused. I'm telling y'all, this book right here is causing me.
Yeah, the timeline's a
Maybe
little
this is what's
confusing.
giving me heartburn right now.
Okay, so we're at chapter 3, 31 days before the meeting. I think we're
You're
still
right.
on Caesar's
Chapter
point of
6.
view.
Chapter
See?
6.
See, yeah, the timeline's confusing. The timeline's confusing.
The
Miss Lay,
timeline's
we
very
need an explanation. Okay, so Caesar has been following Deidre for a while and has discovered nothing. However, he is noticing the more he watches her, the more he has this need to stalk her for the fun of it. He's interested. Yes. Caesar finds himself having trouble um wanting to look at the cameras and see her, and against his better judgment, he decides to send her a message on his burner phone. He sends her a Spotify playlist of Alicia Keys. And she responds back. And then they begin testing each other using codename. We have our codename. Her codename is Doe because she likes the movie Bambi, and his codename is Scar because he liked the movie Lion King. Caesar is realizing he could be addicted to these conversations. Now, I will say this. Caesar is very aware that he has a problem. And he even talks about going to therapy and talking about the fact that he wants to stalk this woman. So he knows that this isn't right.
Yes, indeed, indeed. And then we also know he has some Fräulein that he's already been dealing with.
Yes.
So, and he's like, I'm gonna give up my for show for some maybe.
Yes. Yes. So I'm not gonna lie. When I hear about people talking about stalking books, this is what I was hoping for. This is what I was hoping for.
You don't want
And
the murder stalker, the one who's like,
no,
Erica,
not the
you may be
psychopath
married,
stalker
but you're gonna be mine.
till death.
Or
No,
yeah,
can't do that one. Can't do that one.
I'll take care. I'll take care of your husband for you. Don't even worry about him no more.
Okay, now we're 19 days before the meeting. So we meet the Clark family. So we meet Darius, he's Deidre's twin brother, and Regina, who is Deidre's cousin, and apparently off the chain. So she's the
Yes,
one
Miss
who
Miss G.
walks into the meeting with a full-on Glock and just sets it on the table as if something's gonna jump off in a family meeting. Who does
Hey,
that?
hey. Miss G about that life.
She is. She is. I'm sure she has her reasons. Like it seems like there's some backstory to why she's like this.
Yes.
But dude, got everybody all tense at the table. So the Clark family deals in that Mary Jane and liquor, and they do not mind what they call eliminating people who get in their way. So we that kind of family. Deidre is the only person in the family who has not eliminated somebody, which is why everybody thinks less of her. Anyone, and she wants to prove that she can run a business without resorting to hostile takeover. So that's what she wants. She wants to show that she can do this without having to eliminate someone all the time. But mostly, it seems like she's really wanting that validation from her dad. All right. So after they had their meeting, they kind of talk about Darius mentions that he's being followed. I'm wondering if it is by Caesar. I know. I was like, kind of a yeah, kind of a no. I don't think he's messing with any other family members.
I don't think so either because I was like, how can he be all up in Deidre's life and
Yeah.
following her brother? And then this chapter where the brother and the sister are talking, he's not with her. It sounds like he's still in New York and she's
Yeah.
down in Texas. And so he can't be in both places.
This
Now
is
that
true.
doesn't mean that they didn't pay somebody to stalk the brother, just like they're paying somebody to stalk Deirdre.
Yes.
So
So yes, he's kind of being stalked. Regina was like, you know what? I'll take care of it. I'll get rid of him. And the talk of death and getting rid of people kind of sends Deidre into anxiety spiral. She doesn't like to talk about people dying. I mean, who really does? Let's be honest.
well, also because as we know, she messed up before and brought somebody into the fold, gave her a little too
Yes.
much information, and she lost him because he was not who he said he was.
Yes. Yes. So I'm pretty sure that was I don't know if she had to see it happening, but that sounds traumatic. Sounds
So she's
traumatic. Even if he was a bad guy, it still sounds traumatic. So she takes her anxiety pills. She's on her way home. Her dad calls and he basically says, "Yeah, based on your previous boyfriend, no, I don't trust that you can handle this." When she arrives home, she knows her fridge is stocked and her spare key is gone. And she noticed the milk has a little note on it from her secret admirer saying, "I heard you had a rough day. Groceries on me. Just wants to do something nice for you." Deidre knows
okay.
she should call someone, but is unsure how to explain. Because I, it's like, what are you supposed to say? Hello, officer. Someone broke into my house and stocked my fridge for me.
Right. Right. So this was really funny to me because could you imagine you call your housekeeper like, "Oh, Donna, thank you so much. You did I meant to do it. You looking out for me, girl. I got you at the end of the month. You got a bonus coming. Thank you." And she's like, "No, I ain't it ain't me. I ain't do that. It was there before I got there." Now I'm panicking. Now I'm going to flip out.
Let me ask, would you
Help. Do
have
I
called the
eat this? Do I
cops?
throw it away? Do I know it's good? Huh?
Would you have called the cops or would you have thrown all the food away?
I probably would have thrown the food away because, and then it's gonna be stuff that I like, right? So you're gonna go get my favorite ranch. You're gonna go get my favorite salad. You're
Yes.
gonna go get my favorite whatever, and I'm gonna be like, I was just fiending for that, and I gotta throw this away because I don't know you. Who did this?
Yeah, yeah. I'd be
Mm-mm.
too worried something would be poisoned. I'd be too worried something would be
Right.
poisoned. But like I said, at the same time, you can't really call the officer and be like, "Hey, someone stocked my fridge full of delicious food and bought me cherries. So I need you to do what?" We don't know.
Lock them up.
Right?
Book them,
Okay.
Dano.
Now this is 1 minute after. So we're back. She's done fired all her shots and she's staring at the guy who's broken to her house. So we're back to the incident. Deidre's interrogating Caesar, and Caesar's just admiring everything about her. He's just sitting there, just, man, she looks great. Look the way she's holding that gun. Mm,
He's in love.
loving this. I'm about to die, and I'm slightly turned on. I should probably bring this up to my therapist as well. Like, man, what's wrong with you, sir? You do need to talk to your therapist. You have a problem. So Caesar pretty much admits to stalking her. He says it. I know how you like your eggs. I know what time you get up. I know everything about you. Um, and he's like, oh, I also took your key, so technically I didn't break in. I'm a guest, and you're not being very nice. I was like, wow, this is really? So you're stalking me and you took my key. And he's like, and I brought you a gift. So this was a really weird scene to me because I'm like, what is what is happening right now? I'm not even sure how I would feel. This guy who's
I
in my
mean,
house.
obviously,
I mean, how do you feel about that? How would you feel
she
about
doesn't
that?
have she doesn't have that Regina thing where she's like, I'm going I'm gonna let him
Yes.
have it. So that's obvious. That's not her ministry, as I would say. So it's funny to me though, like you're supposed to be so gangster. Your family is this big, rough mafia
Yes.
thing. And you're like, I'm gonna let my stalker come in here in the middle of the night, drop some stuff off, and let him walk on up out of here. Like, ma'am, this one you should have called somebody. This should have been the don't move. Bruh, he in here right now. Come get him. G, come get this sucker.
To New York. He gonna fly out. She gonna keep him there while he fly from New York to
Well, I
Texas.
thought he was there for a day. Like this is the same day that the brother was there, right? Who knows? Listen, the timeline's all jacked up.
Yeah.
Call Regina.
We know the truth. She doesn't want him to die. She don't want him to die.
Cause
She
he good
kind of
looking
feeling him.
too. He good looking too.
So he he gives her a gift of this wooden mortar and pestle. I think is how you pronounce it. He explains it belonged to his Abuleta. Deidre accepts the gift and finally knows that she actually shot him. And he's like, "Oh, I'm fine," and then he leaves. I'm like, this was a very weird interaction. I'm not sure how I feel about it.
I thought it was very strange too.
It was like a part of me was like, this is cute in a weird kind of way. I don't know what to say. You broke into my house, or as you say, you didn't break into my house, and you gave me a gift. Okay. Okay. Sure. Why not? Okay, so 15 minutes later, he's on his way home. Caesar realizes what he did was stupid. And everything he's been doing so far has been stupid. And he really needs to talk to his therapist about this.
My camera is doing the most today.
A little bit. And he says what happened. The intention was to put the gift on the counter, but she had moved some plants around. He stubbed his toe, ran into a planter, and broke it. So that was the disaster. Caesar arrives home. He tries to bandage himself up. Unfortunately, his sister walks in. She sees the mess he's in, and he tells a lie of omission. I came to my friend's house to surprise her. She didn't like it, and she shocked me. Eh, half truths. Later that night, Caesar comes back to Deidre's house to show that he's okay, and she's at the window waiting to see if he's okay. So honestly, Deidre probably needs to talk to a therapist too.
Girl, in fact, yes, change your locks, ma'am.
And see, that was what I was wondering. I was like, is she gonna change her locks or is she not? That is my curiosity. That's what I'm curious about right now. Are you gonna change your locks? I don't think she will.
I don't think she will either, but she should.
She should. I don't think she will though. She already said she was gonna make him a plate. And guys, in case you don't know, because I had to look this up, I had no idea what a mortar and pestle was.
That's all. Mhm.
And then I looked it up, and when I saw it, I was like, oh, okay, I do know what that is. I just didn't know what it was called. This is what it is. You use this to grind up whole spices. Some people use it to make guacamole. I've heard of a ski mask. This is what I call this. I've never heard it called this word before. What is
A
that?
balaclava.
I've never heard that term.
Yeah,
ever.
balaclava.
So I was like, based on the context, I know it's a ski mask, but let me just double check. It could be something else. But they said these things are typically made of wool. So I
They're
can
hot.
see how it's probably hot. So in case you don't know, those what those things are. I did not know. I had to Google them. Okay, we already know. I don't think she's gonna change the locks. I don't.
Probably not. She's enjoying it.
She is. She's enjoying this. I don't. I don't know why she's enjoying this.
I mean, can you imagine sitting in your house now? You're in your house. You're by yourself. Or but your husband's there, whatever. You're there. And some random person decides to drop a playlist in your phone.
Yes.
Do you accept this random playlist? Now, when I used to go to the gym, let's tell you how long ago that was. There was a trend where guys would like were sending raunchy videos to people and see if they would accept the little thing, the little airdrop. Some people accept it, then they're like listening to a thing, and all of a sudden they get kind of noises or whatever. Could you imagine? Okay, so that's what y'all get for just accepting these random drops from people. Would you just accept somebody in you're in your house, minding your business, and you get a random drop, and you're like, oh, sure, I'll take that.
See, I'm not that tech savvy. So when it said that she received this message, I thought it was like I wouldn't. I don't know how you're thinking of it because I've never heard of the term airdrop.
Oh, okay. It's a iPhone thing.
Okay,
But
that's why. So my thought was, okay, she received a message with a link and she clicked the link.
yeah, probably like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Would I have
would you
clicked the link?
would you just receive a link from you're sitting at home, minding your business, and then some random number you've never seen before sends you a link. It says, click here.
In
Come on, spam.
in her defense, and even though I hate defending her at this moment, in her defense, it is 2 a.m. She's reading a book on stalkers. Because that's what he said. She was reading a book about a stalker. She's probably reading Haunting Adeline for all we know.
God,
So she
poor
was like,
Sid.
"Oh, this is it. It's happening. My book has come to life."
Yeah, okay. So yes, Erica will click the link.
I didn't
Erica
say I
will
would
click
click
the
the
link.
link. I didn't say I clicked the link. No, links. I'm always afraid that if, and this is probably something that happened way back then. It probably doesn't happen as much now. My worst fear is clicking the link and my whole phone just
That's
erupts.
it. That's my thing. That's my point. It's like, yes, you don't know where this link is going to take you.
So
You're
no, I
like,
would not. Now, if it was a random message, like check out this Spotify, I don't know. I don't even have
what if
Spotify.
he says something like
I
that?
was
I
like,
don't know.
hey,
I've
look
never
at
done
it. I may look at it. Alicia Keys Spotify. Okay.
that. Okay.
So I don't know. I don't know. Now I will say if you do have the book, and I hate this and love this at the same time. I personally don't like when people put in a dictionary.
What do you mean?
Yes. Look at the beginning of the book. She puts in a
Oh,
dictionary
oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
where she basically lays out when all the spicy scenes are going to happen. I don't like to know when the spicy are going to happen. I like to be surprised. But I looked at it, now I know.
Oh, well, I can't remember. I just flipped on past that. But I did like the fact I like the idea that it's there because apparently I didn't know there were so many upstanding conservative women out there. There's actually a group of people that like you can sign up for book recommendations for books that don't have any kind of spice in them. It may have love stories, but not spice, because it's offensive to their sensibilities. So I kind of like that. She's not limiting herself to a group of people. She's like, you could just skip it. Don't read this. I want you to read my book because I need my numbers. Just skip that chapter.
Who's going to read a book about stalking and skip the main part? Just
I,
saying.
I'm, I'm with you. Listen, if it offends your sensibilities to talk about the touching and the loving, then it'll likely offend you to talk about stalking.
Yes. Okay.
So,
But to each their own. to each other. Maybe like the idea of it without, going too far into it.
Right.
So, okay, that's fine. All right. So we have met our characters. Our stage is set. The timeline is still confusing. Miss Evelyn, please reach out to us and explain this timeline. We need an explanation of this timeline. It's really
Maybe it's
confusing.
all gonna come in alignment.
That's what I'm hoping. That's what I'm
I'm
hoping.
I'm now on the fence to think that that's the incident because maybe there's some third party incident that has happened and this just happens to coincide with
Hmm,
the time of that incident.
I'll give you that. But so
Maybe.
far, the book has held my attention. It's
Yeah,
very interesting. It is there. It's definitely interesting. I'm liking the two characters.
I do like
Like Deidre, like Caesar, like that Caesar is self aware. That was my biggest thing that I liked about him. He's aware that he's crazy. He's aware what he's doing makes no sense. He's aware that this is stupid. So he's aware, and I love that.
now my question that I'd like answered before this is all said and done. So remember he says that typically what happens after you've been seen, you gotta stop
Yes.
working. So he's not gonna stop working. Is it gonna come? Of course, I mean, we know this is a love story. They're gonna end up together. Of course they are. So does his employer find out? Is he gonna double cross his employer and not get his $1 million? Is he gonna how much of a ridiculous love story is this going to be?
I feel like it's
I
going to
want him to
be
get the money,
yes. I'm thinking it's
but
going to be very, and I'm going to date myself with this. And honestly, no one's probably ever seen or even remember this movie. Do you remember the movie Swordfish?
John Travolta.
Yes.
Okay, yes. Holly
Do you remember
Berry.
how it ended?
No.
Okay. In the movie, he is the bad guy, and he's trying to get this money and get away. And he gets away by planting a fake body that people assume is him.
Mm.
It burned up,
Oh, okay.
and he ends up getting away. So I think it's going to be something reminiscent of that.
Okay.
So that's my
Okay.
thought behind it. I think it's going to be very swordfish like, where they do get away in a very odd way.
It's also interesting to me that he's not, they say he's really good at his job, but he's not a killer.
No,
He finds the ideal ridiculous. So it makes me think that whoever this is that hired him is not that cutthroat
no.
either. So hence her idea, like she thinks she's gonna die. That's why I'm like, I'm not convinced that's the incident. Because she thinks she's gonna die, but these
Well,
people,
you don't know that he's not a killer. Like, if anybody's trying to get involved in your family, then they have to know what you do. So I would assume that, okay, they're just as cutthroat as my family if they're coming after me.
yeah, yeah, maybe.
That would be my thought. If you're coming after me, you have done your research on my family. So you probably just as cutthroat. That would be my guess.
I
But I
feel
am
it.
curious of what happened that made her think that. Because it seems like y'all are cool right now. I mean, you let him in, you let him leave, you took the gift, and you even checked your window to make sure he was coming back.
Yep. I mean,
So,
obvious attraction.
so what happened? Maybe she found out he was a PI. I don't know. But I'm curious what happened that made you make that video to think that your life was in danger now.
Yeah,
And see, this is what made me think swordfish. Maybe she's staging a fake death by leaving the video.
maybe.
Because when he texted her and was like, that's a bit dramatic, I was like, are you in on it? Are you in on the fake video?
Right.
So that's my thought on it.
Oh, I hadn't thought about that.
Right?
Huh. Where he's like, okay, good, but that was a bit much.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Huh.
I know.
Well,
So I'm very curious about where this is gonna go. Like, my wheels are turning. I'm hoping the ending is just as epic as I'm building it up to be in my head. I can tell your wheels are turning too.
they are.
Okay, guys. We just read chapters 1 through 7.
Yes.
We're going 16 through 23. We may we
No.
may do a couple of
8 through
posts from
15.
vacation. July 5th. July 5th. Yes.
8, no. June 23rd, June 28th.
Oh,
8 through 15. That's where we are
there we
right
go.
now.
Had to move us. 8 through 15. Yes. 8 through 15. We're gonna see if she changes her locks. We're gonna see what happens. And guys, I'm gonna spoil something now, but if you looked at the dictionary, you already know. I'm so sorry that this chapter stops shy of a spicy scene. Because the first spicy scene is chapter 16.
Well, well, well. Well,
Yes. So
considering Monday the 23rd is a national holiday, we didn't need no spice. It's the holiday is all that matters.
yes. So if you read chapter 16, no hard feelings. I'm probably gonna read it too. You have to.
Well,
I can't. If it builds up and stops at 15, I'm sorry, I have to read 16.
terrible.
I don't care what you think.
I know you don't. That's what's wrong with you.
I'm hurt. I'm hurt.
June
I'm ever so hurt.
23rd, ladies and gentlemen, June 23rd is my birthday.
Happy
So
birthday!
make sure y'all put some love down below. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday! And we'll see y'all again. We may post a couple of pics from our trip because we're definitely gonna celebrate this birthday.
Absolutely. With ice
So
cream.
with ice cream. Yes. And fun patisseries.
Yes, I'm excited about this. It's gonna
I'm
be good.
excited. All right, guys.
Okay,
We will see you later. We gotta get going. We gotta finish
we
packing.
gotta go.
We love you guys.
Bye
Bye.
bye.